So today I wanted to cover some of my favorite found families in comics. Now, what is found families, you ask? It's when a comic series creates a family dynamic despite usually none of the characters being related by blood. Now, my list might have some family members who are blood related, but for the most part, the bigger side of the family picture is people that they found randomly who decide to become a family together. So, without further ado, let's choose some of my favorite found families in comic books. Starting off my list with number 5 is Runaways. Now, Runaways is a series I really enjoy, especially the original run by Brian K. Vaughan. It's a bunch of teenagers who find out that their parents are super villains. Not just that, but they find out they're trying to basically take over the world and kill everyone. So there's that. To combat that, they team up and they learn to trust each other and become a family of their own while on the run from their evil parents. It's an excellent idea, and the execution is even better. And while some of the later runs are a little iffy, though I will say the newest run was actually really solid, the found family trope excels here because they all share the same connection, the same common issue, and each of them has to deal it both on their own and as a new family. So Runaways is definitely one of my favorite found family comics. So my number 4 is Sweet Tooth. So if you're watching my channel for years and you're more into my video game videos, the closest thing that I can relate Sweet Tooth to would be The Last of Us. Basically, this old man, Jeopard, I think is how you say his name, takes in this mutant deer-like human hybrid named Gus. But of course, there's some really fucked up moments and betrayals along the way that lead them to finally having a very father and son dynamic that leans heavily into past trauma to make this work. I wouldn't say it's like the perfect family or anything, but the love that you feel between the two characters really hits close to anyone who's a father and has a son, or even if you're a father and have a daughter. It really works well because the dynamic is there. Just like Last of Us, these people do horrible things, but they also love these children and want to protect them. So protect at all costs, even your life. This is how family should be, and it's represented so well here with the father and son dynamic. Alright, so number 3 is Black Hammer, which is funny because Sweet Tooth was written by Jeff Lemire, and so is Black Hammer. So obviously this guy, to me, really does family stuff well. And what happens when a bunch of friends slash co-workers slash superheroes get stuck in a house and they cannot leave because they're stuck in this like alternate dimension? Well, you get Black Hammer, a dysfunctional ass family if there ever was one. And what's really interesting about this one is there's a lot of characters who were superheroes who even worked together prior to being stuck in this house. And they worked well together. However, now that they're under the same roof, things aren't quite as easy as it was when they didn't live so close to each other. This makes for some really fun and interesting dynamics with our characters and how they handle themselves when having to be trapped in a special dimension in the same house all the time. If you like dysfunctional families, well, this one provides a lot of great moments with a dysfunctional family. Not one that they were born with, but one that they have to create. My number 2 is the Bat Family. I am a bigger fan of Green Arrow, let me just say that. And I love his found family, but it's really hard to deny the impact of the Bat Family. Bruce literally adopts kids as a way to get them off the streets and hopefully help them fight crime in Gotham and more. This makes for, well, creating a family dynamic, but then add in characters who join the family just because they want to. From Huntress, who feels at home with these characters after all the trauma she's been put through, to Cassandra Cain, who understands what a family is once she becomes Batgirl, to Alfred, a butler who basically fills in the role of being a father or grandfather very well. The Bat Family is a bunch of people with way too much past trauma who rely on each other to become a family unit. And I mean, that is the foundation, in my opinion, to a found family that works, is characters relying on each other, and nobody does it better than the Bat Family in terms of bringing these uniquely fucked up past traumas with each character and working together to get past it and for making a better future. And my number one is Saga. Well, this actually starts as a family itself. You got a father, a mother, and a child. It grows into so much more than that. From a ghost girl who joins the team out of nowhere, to a little robot boy that they take in to protect him, to an actual prince who's a robot. That's insane. This family expands and changes so much through the years and years of plot lines. I think it's quite amazing actually that this family grows in this way and still even adding in so many new characters over the years and keeps adding in even to the current day. They feel like a family, even with random people joining them that shouldn't be working together. This series really does take the found family trope and does it so goddamn well. And it's a perfect example of how to do it almost flawlessly. While these characters come from vastly different places and vastly different races and vastly different circumstances, like being a fucking ghost, somehow they feel like they fit in with this family almost perfect. And for that alone makes this one of the best, if not the best, found family trope comic I have ever read in my entire life. And that, my friends, is my list for found family in comics. Now, there's a lot of comics out there. Like I mentioned even before, Green Arrow, it would definitely be in my top 10. It didn't quite make my top 5 because these really hit me. And I also like that all of these feel pretty different with the family tropes. Some are just a father and son. Some are co-workers that have to live together. Some are kids or teenagers. Some are whole families from different generations. And some are creatures, races, and completely different planets of people coming together. So I personally think this list kind of covers a wide range of things. But I would love to see what you think are the best found family in comics. So again, they could have blood-related characters, but the focus on found family is that other characters come into the family that aren't blood-related. So like Saga, there's blood relation, Bat Family with Damian and Bruce, but there's so many other characters in that family dynamic that are not related at all, that they come into it, they found the family, and now they're here to stay. So I would love to see your list. Put that below if you can. If you like this video, as always, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button if you love it. I got a lot more content just like this that I think you guys would enjoy. And I hope everybody here has just one of the most fabulous days out there reading comics and enjoying life. Everybody, have a wonderful day. Wow, I sounded like a fucking info commercial.